Dog? What? I don't understand.
It's a long story. Why don't you rest up?
Oh, where's Nesimontu?
He's dead. We can go dig his head out of the bag if you want to see him.
What happened?
You died.
And we killed Nesimont. See here, I'll show up the dead. I raise it up like Perseus and Clash of the Titans.
So you were all victorious then?
Almost. And then as I put the head back into the bag of holding, I take out Fiddle's head.
He was talking shit.
This dungeon, man, it's like evil person central down here.
What?
Not only Nesamatsu, not only Emiya, but there's also some damn vampire living here. He kind of stabbed Fiddle to death.
This is all my fault.
No, definitely not.
You should know better, Torin, that we are all in this together.
How can we fix this?
Just gotta go find another diamond.
Or 1,000 gold worth of what?
Ingots?
Oils and unguents? Not even sure what an unguent is.
Yeah, when I rolled a 19 looking at that table, were there unguents?
I don't think there were any unguents.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
Yeah, I'm Googling it too.
Yes. It's a greasy or viscous substance used as an ointment or for lubrication.
Told you it's in my pants.
Remember that conversation?
We're in D&D Egypt. I'm sure oils and unguents are going to be hard to find. We just need to buy a bunch of them.
We just have to go back to where the mummy was.
In the vat?
That sounds even worse than the dog person resurrection table.
Confused by what do you mean by I came back as a dog?
He's like sitting like right next to you. You see that table? See, he put somebody on there. You can bring them back, but they sort of come back wrong. I think it's fueled by like those weird dog creatures. Somehow their souls are fueling it. It's weird.
Yeah, we resurrected a woman. Or was she in the process of resurrecting when we came in here? I don't remember. They were doing it.
I'm like talking about it and stuff, and just casually I put the bag of holding on the table.
How did you bring me back?
We searched for a diamond. We found a diamond. I cast a spell. We did it old school.
We have to find another diamond.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it just sounds more impressive when he says it.
I'm just going to write things on pieces of paper and give it to Torin to say.
You need to say caca after everything.
Nesimontu is slain. Zolt, how do you feel?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't tried flying. There hasn't really been time, but we're also in this labyrinth. It's not really the place to try it out.
Beans, I just realized something. Fiddle used the spell, the gentle repose scroll, copied it into his spell book. Which means we have 10 days.
I think we should find a diamond and or 1,000 gold worth of oils and unguents.
You guys really don't want to use the table? Okay.
And anyone says speak with dead, we could ask Fiddle himself what he wanted to do, but
Yes.
Where are my weapons? And why is this armor pinching weird?
Oh, you were heavy. Oh yeah, we put him in Nesimontu's armor.
Ooh. Hey, it wasn't that beat up. I just bought that in what is it? Ottawea?
We actually, okay, so there was multiple armors. We also have the adamantine chainmail as well.
Zolt, you were the one who dressed me, I guess, so you decide what armor you put on me.
Nesimontu's was the mithril, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I put him in the mithril.
Is that mithril plate? Oh my god.
No more clanky loud Torin.
My boots.
Oh yeah, guy had
Weapons.
boots. Zolt's just pointing at guy's feet.
So, Guy, you have regular plate in your bag of holding, right?
I have the only other armor I have in bag of holding that's listed here would be the adamantite armor. I guess I didn't put there should be regular plate. Do we really need to keep this plate?
We can sell it. That's what you'll get, like what, 800 maybe for it? It's half of what it's worth.
It's a month old. I literally just bought that.
It's like all dented and stuff, so we will need to.
It's only a month old, but it is probably dented from where he died in it.
Plus, that stuff loses half its value when you walk off the lot with it.
Yeah. Go to fund oils and ingots. Ingots, though.
Well, when I'm king, it'll be worth a lot.
What?
Yeah, you must have gotten hit in the head harder than, like I said, rest. You come back from the dead. It's hard on a body.
What are you talking about?
You just
Said you were king.
gonna be. Mm-hmm.
You guys must have been in a long fight.
I mean, we were, but you did just say it.
I mean, if we were in a big city, we would have we have the money for the
Diamond and oil nuggets. All right, well then we just leave Fitty in the bag and we make our way out of here. I don't see why this is a problem. We had 10 days, right?
Well, no, if we're going to reincarnate him, there's no, I think 100 years or something like that.
Okay. Well then just cut up.
Only if you want to bring him back as himself.
I think it'll be fun to change him into something else. And
I can't actually imagine him being bothered by this.
no, I think he would love it.
Of course, he'll probably just come back as a different gnome.
Yeah, different kind of gnome.
Right, I'm gonna roll a gnome again. Put me on the table.
Reincarnate also takes no longer than 10 days.
How long did it take it to get
It took us way longer than 10 days to get here.
Mm-hmm. So we need to find a diamond.
or we put him on the table?
Let's call that a 9th day approach. The last day, yeah.
Well, I mean, then we have two options. You can cast locate objects diamond or locate objects oils and unguents.
What do you think we have a better chance of finding here? And
Should we start looking today or wait until tomorrow when everyone's in better shape?
Caliban can cast the spell, and then we can see if it's even here.
Sure. We'll at least see if we get a ping.
Thorn, giving him some health back if we're going to go out. 17 to you.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, Caliban, it's up to you, man. What are we looking for?
Sure, let's go for broke. Let's look for the oils and so on.
You reach out with your druidic magic in this ancient ruin. The magic's eldritch arms extend out to 1,000 feet, turning 360 degrees, and your magic doesn't pick up any oils or unguents.
No love.
I still have a couple good berries left from yesterday, so I hand out good berries to all of the living party members. So now I have 6 left.
Were you able to find anything, Caliban?
Nothing. We tried again on diamonds, but
We have no other choice.
well, I look at the table. Yeah. There's also that weird room with the river flowing through it.
That's-
no idea where it takes us, but it's even farther from help. But
I think I know where you're going with this, Torin. We revive him on the table here, and then once we find something to give him a good old-fashioned revive, then we kill him again.
That was exactly.
I don't think that would work.
We can't cheat the system. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if he reincarnates as something else, he definitely won't have any dog.
Richard, do you want the boots back?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll remove it from my inventory.
Does anyone have any extra magic items that they don't need or aren't using?
I've got a +1 longsword.
I have a adamantine chainmail.
No, I don't think I can wear that. Chainmail's heavy armor, right?
I do have boots of elven kind, but your bird feet, I don't know.
They would adapt, and then when I take them off, they would go back to their normal form.
I want to see that happen.
And it would make me extra stealthy for everybody.
And he'd be a little word of booties.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I want to see the hero forge with that. And
I have to contact their customer service. Why am I not able to put boots on my bird? Thank you, Caliban. Yeah, as far as I know, this is just a normal longsword. I'm proficient with any martial weapon. It's just I don't have a high strength, so I don't have a really good bonus with it.
The sword tries to attune with you throughout the night.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll tune to it, see what it is.
and now we have to kill Zolt.
Don't worry, guys. I'm totally not cursed. Wink, 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 wink.
And then after that, we put him on the table and he comes back as fried chicken.
You have successfully attuned to the longsword during your last rest. It is a longsword +1.
Interesting.
Any luck with the diamond, Caliban?
We ready to go?
Yep.
Try it again. Or see if there's a diamond. Another diamond.
Once again, you reach out, but you don't find a diamond within 1,000 feet.
Okay, we're boned.
Okay, our resident wizard is in here. Has anyone had this happen before? I attuned to this, and I hold up the longsword. And just like I attuned to the boots, I know what the boots do, but how can I know what this does? I show the sword.
Usually, you study it. You study it for an hour as you attune to it, and generally, you'll know what it does afterwards. You don't know. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
As you studied it over the rest, there is a dwarven rune inscribed on the handle.
Oh, I show the hilt to Torin. What does it say, Torin?
And that says, "Flame on."
And I say, flame on.
The sword instantly bursts into flame and bathes the room in bright light.
Whoa, this is amazing.
Don't you like the darkness?
Yes, I do. So here you go, Tor. No. You're the longsword guy. You've already got a magical longsword. Maybe you can have one in each hand and one of them can be on fire.
I don't fight like that.
It takes attunement anyways, so we'll take another rest.
Yeah. We don't have time. We got to figure out what we're going to do with Fiddy.
Well, when we rest next time, I'll hand it to you because, like you said, I want to be in the darkness.
Well, there's nothing here other than this weird table to bring Fiddy back with. So if we think we need to go somewhere else to get what we need.
I like the idea of the river because we know that in the desert, we're further than 10 days away from anything else. So if we're not going to use this table, that's our only other bet.
Yes, that's true. Some choice, some chance versus no chance.
Mm-hmm.
Some chance versus
Yes.
or a possible. I still can't wrap my head around it. This table that you guys are talking about.
Should we show him the other room that this thing is hooked up to?
Yeah, we walk him over there.
As the party exits the reincarnation room, they eagerly beckon Torn's vision towards a glimmering trail of gold filament that leads into another chamber. As you step into the room, your eyes are drawn to the majestic obsidian columns towering before you. Brilliant arcs of lightning dance between them, illuminating the chamber in an eerie glow. As you peer closer, you notice several distinct skeletons swaying to the rhythm of the electrical current coursing through their bones.
Yep. And like we said, the woman came back and she was like scratching at her ear and like yelping and just general dog behavior.
Orin's like, what woman?
Oh, yeah. There was a woman who was on the table and she came back and she said she was from like a civilization that's been on for hundreds of years. So it can clearly work on anybody for any length of time, but they're different. I mean, I feel like City would want to go on the table, but
I'm going to burn a divine sense while we're in this room just because I don't like it. I'm going to try to get within range of those skeletons.
You don't sense the presence of any fays, fiends, undead, or celestials within 60 feet.
Remember the body I was gonna try.
What if we took these skeletons out?
it's an interesting thought. But what would, I guess we were under the assumption that the creatures in the lightning were powering the device, but that's an interesting thought.
This is beyond me. Fiddy would be the one.
How do we get them out without getting electrocuted by the lightning?
But if you guys want, I could try.
I don't know if that would turn it off though. This whole thing is beyond.
It's a good idea. We definitely didn't have you around earlier, but yeah, we didn't think about that.
But would it turn this device off? As you said, what if these are powering this device and we take it out and then the table no longer works and we can't revive Fiddy at all?
That's a good point. Where's that woman? We can just throw her up there.
Well, time's wasting, so what are we doing? I'm voting for just leaving this whole mess alone.
And going for the river portal.
Going for the river. We have a guide waiting outside, right?
Yeah, on the desert side for you.
We probably should tell her so we don't just vanish. Would be a little bit rude to just leave her hanging there.
Corin, didn't you tell her that if we did make it out of her a certain amount of time, she can just head back?
I think we gave her a week.
Yeah,
She might already be gone.
it's true. Okay. I like that plan. It's just,
We all can't breathe underwater.
yeah, that's true. We don't know where the portals are going. I guess, Caliban, you could breathe underwater. So we could just like tie a rope around you and then just, you can go through, and if it's cool.
I don't know if Brooks survived going through portals.
Good point. We could test it with Fiddle.
If you want to wait one more day, I didn't know we were going to be needing to breathe water today. I could cast a spell on all of you so you could breathe underwater for a day.
Wasn't it peaceful by the thing? Why don't we make our way over there at least, and we can take another day there, because we may have to fight on the way there and need to recover.
Good point.
Lead on then.
Zolt would remember. He had just led the party here. Like, it's only been what? Like 48 hours?
I have no idea where we are now, but if someone can get us back to where we started, I think I can get us there.
Yeah, that was east, wasn't it?
At this point, I honestly have no idea.
Really, me neither. Yeah, I have no idea, guys.
I'm going to basically loosely describe the path we took to get to this room. We walk around for an hour and then notice a familiar door with a table with a room. There was a paladin around.
Yeah, who had also lay on hands.
No, I'm out of lay on hands.
How's it rested?
Yeah, I can't. All my spell slots are. I didn't reset anything.
That's a good point.
I mean, think about the way if you use Revivify during
Mhm.
battle.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Right. I didn't think about that. Okay. So which way are we going? Hey, Deadman, which way did we come?
Okay, where are we?
We are northeast of the room that we were just in.
No, I mean we literally have to go back to where, like the start of this, like Nesimantu.
Don't know where that is. Zolt would know, but again, Jordan does not.
Then I guess we go right. I would say upper right. And Zoltier, I'm assuming you're scouting 30 feet ahead.
Would you like my stealth roll? 31. That's what the boots do, right? Give you advantage?
Push through. Sweet. All right, I get another 11.
Do we remember these barrels?
I would remember a bunch of barrels stacked in a hallway by themselves. That's unusual.
I would say keep going northeast. I mean, we might, because we don't know the exact path you guys went. We're just going to have to go general directions at this point.
But now I'll always wonder about those barrels.
It could have been, but safe to be. There's unguents in there.
To get to the room with the stream, we had to pass through the gargoyle room.
Jesus, none of this looks familiar to me. Does this? I like we're probably in a totally different part of the dungeon.
I would say go east and then up north.
Oh no, okay, never mind. I was like, this is not like the whatchamacallit room, the Camille's room, that's why.
Oh, Jesus. Why is there a portal there?
Wait, let's investigate it.
As you step into this 10-foot square, a floor falls away below and flames shoot up from where the missing tiles once stood. Give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 16. A 28 saves, you take 6 points of fire damage. With the floor now missing, you peer over the edge and see a molten pool of lava boiling and bubbling.
Yeah, we definitely didn't go this way, guys.
So we should go slower, looking for traps.
That's a good call. It's just, wasn't Fiddy normally the one to do that?
The canary in the coal mine.
You've taken up his mantle of finding traps pretty well, I would say.
That's true. Yes, with my 8, I definitely have. All right, I guess I will go even slower while stealthing and investigate for traps as I go.
Say we don't cross the pit of fire. Head north.
Oh, we don't want to. All right. Should we open? I come back to the group. Should we open doors or just keep traveling without opening doors?
Under the circumstances, I would say keep traveling without opening doors.
There's
Unless we go through a door that we already know that we've gone through. Well, we have a tendency of closing all doors that we've gone through.
do we think that there's any dogmen patrols or
It looks promising. Looks like a promenade.
Looks like it dead ends at the end, though.
Yeah, but go north from here.
Yeah, like we have any idea where we're going.
Yes, that's familiar. And then Nico left.
That is a bunch of dead bodies.
That does look familiar.
Because beyond that door is the hall we're messing on to.
Okay, so this is where we went to get Nessamantu.
Yeah, this is where you died.
All right, Torin, how do we get back from here?
So we want to go, well,
Southeast?
then south. It's roughly south.
The entrance or the river?
the entrance? The river is probably east of us, but
What the fuck? Why did a giant ape just show up?
we never found out was on this door, on the other side of this door, remember?
What, to the left here?
No, back down to where we were hiding at first, where we fought the mummy.
I thought that's what was behind the door, the mummy.
No. Go back up and down the hallway to the right. The mummy was ahead up here.
Hey, I wonder what happens if we put Fiddle in the vat.
I'm going to investigate it. 16.
The door doesn't appear to be trapped.
I will creep the door open.
The hallway. Our nemesis.
Doors were our nemesis.
Doors, yeah, no problem.
Making your way into this room, there are telltale signs that this was once a workshop of a bowyer and or fletcher. In the workshop, you find 2 unstrung bows, several arrowheads, shafts for arrows, and a few semi-carved bows.
Nice. Nice. I'm going to just grab some extra arrows. I know we're not keeping track of the game, but that's just more for RP. May I do a perception or investigation to check to see if there's anything more valuable to grab before we move on? 12.
You pull open the different trays in the desks here, and you find tools, enough to likely make a set of woodcarver's tools.
All right, I'm going to add that to my inventory, and then we're going to move on.
Stepping into this room, an elegant sofa is placed against the eastern wall. A fine mahogany table is set between 2 well-crafted chairs covered in velvet.
It's a torture chamber. The torture of the cushy chair.
And then another door.
So it's going to investigate this door. Wow.
It doesn't appear to be trapped.
All right. I'm going to ask the rest of the party to move back, and I'm going to stealthily open the door. I think we said I would roll for this one. 32.
Jesus.
Okay. I continue to read.
No, we're in the entryway now. I remember.
Yes.
All that crap.
The entryway would have all of the statues that were shooting at us.
But we originally came this way because there was a cells up ahead, right? Back here,
Yeah.
where the stuff is.
So which way should I go then?
West and then down.
We came from west and down. Remember? So I guess west and down.
And then we hit that trap. That's the same hallway. Where we were closing doors behind us. Thinking about that now might not have been the best idea. I guess we try this door.
Does anybody have anything on them that we can mark the walls with so we at least know when we've been down a hall?
Is Fiddle bleeding?
Aren't you guys finding my crayon marks that I was marking along the road, along the path? Remember?
No. We could try.
Damn it. I totally do it. Come on, I'd have like drawings of that he was here.
Okay. I'm going to investigate this door. 15.
In this room, you find an altar. On the south wall, you find a large mural of the god Anubis. The paintings on the eastern and western walls depict a raging battle.
Nope, didn't go through this door before.
Yeah, this does not look familiar. Okay. Not sure what to do, y'all.
I'm gonna get a bunch of that dust in my hand and pour a little like just a couple drops of water to make like a paste. Just start like marking X's. I literally have like a paste, I'm trying to make like just a paste to mark, like make any kind of marking on the walls. It's not like I'm taking like a bunch of it with me, you know?
Yeah, these are the cells.
Right. So I seem to recall that we came from south, though.
Yes, we came from the entranceway. We went west, and then north.
Here's an open
Then
door.
northwest. From the original entrance, we went directly west, and then north, and then a little bit northeast again. I think if we try to head south, just keep trying to head south from here, should be able.
Okay.
Jesus, I lost us.
This looks new.
Looks like a bedroom.
In this chamber, you discover finely crafted furniture decorating the room. A couple bookshelves stand against the eastern wall, while a few sheets of paper containing elegant script sit on top of the desk.
I'm going to investigate the desk, I guess, unless someone else wants to. 18, better.
Reviewing the writing on the loose sheets of paper, it appears to be a list of provisions.
Look over the bookshelves.
On the bookshelves are old ledgers and manifest.
Like a quartermaster would.
I investigate the trunk for traps. 17. I try to open said trap, or said chest that is totally not a trap.
The chest contains clothing with fittings near the thigh for a rather short individual.
And not necessarily uniforms or anything like that? Or is it common clothing or...
Yeah.
Okay, I just zoomed all the way out. We are so high on the map, we just need to keep going south. I did not realize how fucking high we were. That is wild how big this... Rick, you are a madman. This map is huge.
As I'm saying, Nesumontu was pretty far north of when we first started, so we need to. Caliban, you're able to, I guess, locating wouldn't tell us the direct path, but we've been here before, definitely.
Oh yeah.
This
All right, that's that room.
we didn't come in this room before.
Were we really closing doors behind us?
Yep.
Damn it.
South.
This is new.
The center of the room contains a large, dry well. A hot and dry breeze blows from within the well, putting grit and sand into the room. Moments later, an icy gale whips from within, bringing with it the scent of the sea.
Is
Peering into it. Do I hear it, like, clinking around on stone, or does it...
Throwing a ball bearing into the well, you don't hear it clinking around upon stone.
another portal. One goes to a desert, the other one goes to the ocean. I don't really want to do either.
My problem with going through any of these portals is we're not guaranteed to be within 10 days of anywhere.
Right. Middle of the desert or middle of a ocean, you're definitely not going to be within 10 days of anything unless you're super lucky.
And if we find this stream, if we end up in the middle of, I don't know, some river and some mountain somewhere, it can be the same thing.
Yep, no guarantees.
The only guarantee we have right now.
Shere's the thing though, the table we know works on someone more than 10 days dead. Because it revived a woman from hundreds of years ago.
What?
Yeah, she said she was from a civilization that has been dead for hundreds of years. Like she said this is what year it is, and it was hundreds of years ago.
So
The last time we saw her, she was sitting in the corner acting like a dog.
I know. I'm just saying there's no time limit on the table.
Well, it's kind of like you get what you pay for. There's apparently no free lunch.
So are we making the decision then to definitely not use the table?
Look at all these doors.
I assumed we had decided that when we walked out of the room containing the table.
Fair enough. I mean, is one portal better than the other? I mean,
I'm going to say a gently flowing stream sounds vastly preferable to whatever that hole was.
Yeah, ocean or desert, it felt like.
all right.
Because that was definitely the smell of the sea.
Hey, I can't really tell. I thought it was just Caliban.
Wow.
Question for the DM. Would Kamia's dead body be considered an object that I am familiar with?
Oh, shit.
I would consider her clothes an object.
Yeah, we saw her room. Like, you could just say,
I know what direction we need to go. The problem is the path to get there.
more than I know. We can just say that's stealthing and checking stuff. Yeah, we're not that far away from the table. Unless you want me to roll right here. Richard.
Sure. We'll do an investigation on this door.
An 8. Let's just go with 8.
Oh man, I don't like the way he said that.
If you say so, Zolt, go ahead.
All right, Zolt will ask everyone else to move back around the corner because Zolt's always paranoid, and he opens the door or tries to check to see if it's locked. Oh, what is that?
Oh, checkered door.
2 skeletons lie relatively intact in the middle of the room, their bones stripped of sinew and marrow.
We've definitely not been through here before.
Cool.
I don't trust the bathroom over there.
Nope.
I'm gonna say modern diner.
Head
In this
to the
case,
store. Yeah.
19. All right, I'm gonna try and open it.
Now, since we've never been in that room, so all this will be new to us.
Or we walked by this place. This is a maze for sure.
Printed in Esimonti because we had Caliban homing like this. Okay, this direction, this direction. Opposite way now.
Oh, maybe go up into the east.
Yeah, just want to make sure that probably leads.
Rick's just looking at this giant map like these idiots.
What is that?
Yeah, that looks bad, whatever that is.
At the end of this hallway sits a black blob of void, roiling with the stars themselves.
Let's all run into it.
That looks fun. That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe after a long rest so I can level up though. If I level up.
Yeah, we'll see how nice Rick is feeling.
Investigation.
Nice. I definitely rolled an 8 again.
Yep, eight's the number of the day.
Gonna stealthily open the door with everyone else around the corner. Would you like me to roll stealth? I'm better at this. Let's see how much better. 28.
Are you serious? This is how far you traveled from the table we were before?
This looks familiar. Those 3 boxes, but it might just be we've seen
There were similar boxes. These were boxes that similar boxes that Fiddle was trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trying to fiddle with him.
I think we should keep heading east and south.
Check out. Okay.
You just went right by the open door.
Which one?
If you go to the west, there's an open door right there. To the south. That's an open door.
Yes.
There's stairs. Didn't we come upstairs?
Yep.
There it is.
We are.
This is the main hall. Yep.
Don't go south. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be talking.
With all the traps. And then there was like a basilisk or something to the south or a gorgon or something like that.
Holy crap.
So we gotta
And can you just real quick zoom out and see not how scale of how far you are from the thing? It doesn't seem like far, but it's like far.
on hell. Yeah. All right. So I'm assuming we're going to
Climb
do
up
the
on
same thing we've done with all the climb on the statues to get through this.
Mm-hmm. So we don't have to mess with the traps.
Yep.
But I thought where we're standing right now is, I thought we came from this area. We went deeper in going this way.
Wasn't the river next to Thor's
guys-
wife?
River was the first in this section we went through before.
Yeah, if we go south from right here, that's the entrance to this dungeon that we would have to climb with.
This is where we came in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went, let's go this way. So we're going to climb over here.
Aren't you proud of us, Rick?
But those-
Found it.
But those are the double doors that says do not enter.
Yeah, no, the basilisk. We said
The
no.
basilisk or gorgon or something, right? It was all the stone people, wasn't it? I think I see water to the west.
Oh, yeah. This is where it was.
Okay. I think I see water over there. Man, my name light is crazy sometimes.
I have to say, whatever else we do in this campaign, this is our greatest accomplishment.
Cool. Wow. What's up, Adam?
While we're here, can I catch another trout?
Wait, is that, can you catch another fish, guy?
Third one.
All right, we need to do this quickly.
What?
I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I want to tie a rope around a fish.
Oh, well, how are you catching it, guy?
How am I catching it? DM.
With your hands, of course.
Going in there like raw.
Okay. I mean, I've had this since I built this character. This kit includes a wooden rod, silken line, corkwood bobblers, skill hooks, lead sinkers, velvet lures. I've had fishing tackle since I made my character. Well, no, I was a sailor.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, yeah, you were in the ship.
So maybe we hook one and then let it go through the portal in the wall and then see if we can pull it back. I will let Guy do that because he seems to know his stuff.
Now I only catch by hands. You're the one that.
Okay. I will do my whole shtick. I'll take the dead fish that Guy already captured and put it on the hook.
That's it's for lunch.
We need a live fish to be able to swim through the stream.
No. Just a little. No. Just I'm putting a bit of the dead meat for bait because they are cannibals. They'll eat it.
No, we just have Fiddy. Oh, I mean, we just have Guy grab one again.
Oh, and then we'll hook it in the mouth. That's a good. You're right.
That's why I had Guy catch that fish he's holding in his hand right now.
Okay. Are you cool with me hooking it and then put it in the water?
Okay, yeah. Let's now with the whole fish. I want to slap the bullet in.
All right. Grab another one, Guy, and I'll hook it and then.
Why don't you just fish? Then it hooks itself.
Because you're quick, man. You're just grabbing these things like there's no tomorrow.
Because it's called fishing and not catching, and you seem to be doing catching.
Yeah, I'll hook it in its mouth, and then I go to where the portal's going to the wall, and I drop it back in, and then just let the line go until it goes through the wall, or what looks like the wall. Let it go probably like 20 yards, which is like 60 feet. It's actually pretty far. Yeah, it's a gold for the kit, so it's probably, yeah. And then I'm going to reel it back and see if I can reel it back. If I start having trouble, I'm going to give it to Torin.
Caliban, you watch the line as it goes out and follows the current north. A few moments later, there is a fish flopping at the surface on the southern side of the stream.
Oh, no.
So he swam to the north because they're swimming north. So Zolt's holding a line that's going into the wall north, and then the same fish showed up to the south.
Yeah, that's interesting, though, because it's like 60 feet. Oh, yeah. Bummer.
So it doesn't go anywhere?
No, it should, because if you started here, from here to wherever this goes, and if it comes out here, that means there's 30 feet of something that we don't see here.
Unaccounted for. Right. Okay.
So Caliban, we tie rope to Caliban and let him swim through.
Yeah, I pull the fish back and I say, you're good with your 3, right?
Yeah, I'm good with.
Okay, then I throw it back in the water. Catch and release.
Well, Caliban, how do you feel about taking a swim?
Well, since I'm apparently not going anywhere but here,
I mean, if anything, you'll just end up back.
if I just keep swimming, I'll just end up,
Yeah, and you have no problem holding your breath, right?
I don't have to hold my breath. I can breathe underwater.
Tie a rope, just to say.
Should we tie 2 ropes together too, just to be safe? 100 feet?
I mean, we knew 60. Yeah. No, that's a good call. It's a good call. And then tie the other one to Torin.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna hold
Right.
Torin though. So it'll be Guy and Zolt holding onto Torin to make sure the 3 of them, or at least holding onto the rope with Torin.
A -4 on an athletics check is still better than.
Still a +4.
I've got a +4 too, so I'll help hold the rope.
Yeah.
Caliban, you jump into the stream and start to swim. The light fading behind you as you travel into a quiet darkness. The only sound is the heart beating in your ears. A short time later, you see light emerging up ahead.
Okay. Break the surface just so I can see what's up there.
See your companions looking northward, holding steadfast to a rope.
Shit.
So there was no distance. I mean, it's just a loop of river.
It's like darkness for a bit, but yeah. So,
Okay, guys, we get small mechanical boats, right? Set up puppets, and we have a tour. Some kind of cruise.
right. I actually, Caliban, as we're like undoing the rope and getting you back out of the water, we're actually further away than we were before. Do you want to try the looking for a diamond thing? Because you told me it only goes 1,000 feet.
could. Maybe Kamiya had one hidden.
Well, we could try it, but I should point out we were somewhere in this vicinity when I started looking for Nesamantu. Someone not too far from here, and we found him.
Right. But that's 1,000 feet to him, right? But there's 1,000 feet south that we weren't. You know what I mean? Like,
I can give it another shot, but I think the 1,000 feet probably covers a good deal of this area. But since we have nothing else to do, why not?
and if nothing pops up, then we just go back to the entrance of the dungeon and hope there's a diamond on the surface somewhere. I mean, maybe your girlfriend has one, Torin.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe Kamiya had one in her room.
Oh no, I meant the guide that brought us here.
Your other girlfriend.
Ooh.
The guide that brought us here.
Oh.
There was a guide?
Guide.
What the hell? I burn another second level spell slot looking for diamonds.
Well, shit. Looks like we're going back to the entrance. Do you need any more trout, guy? Maybe we can stock up on food for the way trip back.
Look, if we don't find a way to bring him back.
Now wait, there was that trap, that Zolt trip with the fallaway floor.
Mm-hmm.
I could swear farther down in that room there was something on the floor.
That's true. Teleportation circle, maybe?
Yeah, teleportation.
Nesamantu had to get here somehow.
Can any of us use that?
Yeah, if only we had someone in the party who could.
Depends on what kind of, I mean, if it's, I don't know how those things work. You can't just step into them and they teleport you.
It's true.
That's an interesting point.
So here's the deal. If we can't resurrect him, we bring him back to this stream, weight him down, give him his trident, and bury him with the fishes.
Yes. Marry him with the things that he loved.
He'll be eaten by the fishes.
So we head back, I guess?
Maybe our guide has a diamond. We could check that teleporter. I don't know. Do we want to stop and check with her? And then if she doesn't have one, we know we're too far away from civilization to buy one. So then we go to that teleportation possible circle thing that we saw for a second.
All right, let's check with her first because she may take off any time now.
Right.
We're close to the entrance.
All right.
And even though we took a long time to get here, maybe she knows, maybe there's some other town closer than where we came from.
Would your people have diamonds sold? Aren't you close by here?
Yeah. That's actually a good point. I can fly. If the hearse is gone, I could fly. Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting point. Kitty has a diamond on him worth 100 gold. If we grind it up, I can cast the spell that raises curses.
Oh.
Assuming that you don't have some weird special curse that...
Yeah.
Well, do we think that killing Nesamantu broke the curse?
We can find out. Like, we'll be in the desert
Yeah.
and I can try.
So I think we need to make a move.
Let's go.
Every hour counts, I think, at this point.
While we were taking the short rest before we've been here long enough. I assumed we were doing that. Or should we just head to the entrance?
I say we head to the entrance.
Yeah, let's go. All right, fearless leader, lead us back to the entrance.
Too far.
No, this is right.
No. I was scrolling.
Oh, maybe we just put his body out there and get him frozen by the basilisk.
There were so many places we didn't check when we first came in here.
I know, we just followed the blood.
Maybe I could cast feign death on him and he would only be fake being dead.
I don't even remember this. I don't even remember an X being on this.
It's so funny.
There's so many, oh my god.
Nah, it's to the south here, yeah.
I know, it's right here.
You finally make your way back to the entrance. Hundreds of steps lead up to the surface.
There's still so much to the south. Do we want to cast locate object again? I'm saying...
This is the furthest south we've been on this map. Everyone looks at Caliban.
Yeah, it's Caliban spell slots.
Yeah, how many?
Yeah. Well, if you don't think we're going to need them for anything else, of course, I would have to upcast it now.
I mean, I think it's worth it to see if we can...
That's one less fireball.
Yeah, I could just cast Fireball. Maybe that would help.
We just get sand and you just got to do it enough.
Why don't we go back to the room with the table, take out the skeletons of the dogmen, put the fish in there.
So that's what we do if nothing else works.
Even if he becomes more fish-like, I can hear him now in my head and in my heart telling me that he would want.
Saying that'd be okay. Well, push comes to shove. We just come back. We know what.
Why don't we check with our guide first and see if there are any other options?
Oh, good point. Let's go up.
True.
Ascending the steps, it lets out onto a landing with a large door separating the fire forge from the Rake Highlands.
I will head up to the doors and push on them.
As you reach for the door, light spreads forth from your hand and the rune on your neck glows. The door silently slides open.
Oh my God. Good thing we brought him back instead of freaking Fiddy. We wouldn't have been able to get out this door.
Oh, me and Rick have been talking about that for weeks.
Oh man.
Jump down the scary sea fire dust hole.
Yeah.
As you finally exit the fire forge, you see 5 camels, their limbs bent and broken, hides torn apart from large teeth. A hill giant faces away from you, raises something to its mouth, then haphazardly discards it and looks to his left. From that direction, a hill giant and stone giant move from around the corner, and he says, "Does anybody speak giant?"
The giant, is that what the giant says?
He says something in a language you don't know. He shrugs his shoulders and points his finger at the stone giant. Stone giant responds in their language. I need everyone to roll stealth.
Hey, I really wish I had been using Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, I'm not at disadvantage anymore.
That's pretty amazing.
I mean, it's not great anyway, but it could have been worse. Didn't we have her staying back from the entrance, though?
Yeah, she's not here.
He was staying somewhere else.
Where she could see us, but still farther enough away. Well, maybe they found her. Don't know.
I know she's nowhere near now if there's giants around. Okay, let's stay her.
Can't we just run back inside?
Zolt looks around at the group and says, are we doing this? Or
Oh shit! I just not feeling at my best right now.
should we fight from the doorway so they can't surround us? Or how are we going to do this? Did the door close behind us when we came through?
Yes.
All right. Looks like this is what we're doing.
Okay, try opening the door, Torin, on when you can.
All right.
Zolt's going to move up onto this little embankment on the left. Is that elevated? Okay. From there, he can cast Hunter's Mark on that giant. Yeah, the one in the center to the south. And then he whispers back, all right, if we can't get back inside, then I'm going to start shooting, which sucks because I'm missing out on a third attack. Or I don't know, guys. Are we fighting? Are we running? What are we doing? Because
They all seem to have noticed us?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The stone giant says in common,
The missus was right. They are here.
oh, someone sent them.
And the missus?
The mistress.
My wife.
My wife.
Sorry, I wasn't pressing the button. With my stealth roll of 26, do I get advantage on this first attack?
if you're targeting the one with Hunter's Mark, you will have advantage.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. 23 for 19 damage. And then 2 more attacks. A 17 and a 26. That last one is 15 damage instead of 14. And that is my turn. Bonus action, movement. Thank you.
Okay, I will cast Wall of Fire across there. And the fire's pointing out towards the giants. And that apparently, let me see if maybe I can move. And I'll try to get a little bit of cover going there. And that is my turn.
The stone giant moves up, head and shoulders above your wall, and sees you motion with your hands. Picks up a rock off the side of the embankment, hurling it at you from a great distance.
Does he have beautiful hair because he uses side and shoulders?
The rock hits with enough force to embed itself in the hillside.
Oh, shit.
I will
Dodge.
The hill giant turns around and picks up the carcass of a camel and starts to move forward.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's gonna use a dead camel. I take out my trout.
Moving forward, he feels the heat from the flames and bellows.
Too hot. Don't throw his foot at you.
Aiming, he hurls the camel towards Torin. 15 misses.
Yep.
13 also misses.
Corn's got to feel light on his feet right now because this is the lightest plate armor he's ever worn.
This giant will move up and then dash towards your group.
Try to open it.
The doors swing open at your touch once again.
Okay. And then, yeah, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon as for my bonus action. And it's going to be right here. That's 60 feet. And I'm going to yell out, everyone inside.
Zolt's going to turn around, take his free action to say, but aren't we leaving? Like, I thought we agreed that we can't do anything from inside the labyrinth.
I can feel a little bit better than I am now.
Oh, okay. That's a good point.
Movement.
Nope, I'm standing right there.
Yeah, if he went in, it'd probably close right behind him.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Listen to me. They're trying to take my tortillas.
From around the corner, you hear a voice. The individual speaking looks Cataloyan, with a lighter hue to his skin. As he runs by you, he slaps you on your shoulder and says, "Thanks, chap. You don't have to tell me twice."
Zolt is gonna, let's see here, how much? He's gonna take 2 attacks at the guy he hit before with the hunter's mark. So that's an extra 8 damage on those 2, and then Zolt's gonna run in the door. Oh, fireball!
Well, yeah, I will leave them with a little parting gift. A fireball, like great
Balls of fire.
like right there.
That's a nice DC.
Yeah. That's a good amount of damage.
The giant's fur is left burning and charred. He's waving his hands about his face. Even from here, it smells pretty rank.
And then I will follow Zolt, clipping them off as I go.
Nice. So you insulted them with fireball and then flipped them.
I'll go in the door.
I'm going to head inside, close the door.
As you move through the archway, the door closes automatically behind you.
That's why I waited. So as soon as the door closes, I'm going to bring my greatsword to this random stranger's, pretty much like pointed at his neck. Who are you? What do you want? And what are you doing here? Speak now or lose your head.
And who is his daddy?
Who's the daddy and what does he do? Who are you? I'm Detective John Kimball.
It's actually pretty good, man.
The individual puts his hands up and says with a southern drawl,
Sorry, I was just trying to get out of this place. The door was open momentarily a couple hours ago. These large fellows were walking back and forth, and I didn't think I'd be able to get past them. So I just hid and bided my time. After that red-haired lady left, the doors closed. I appreciate you saving my skin.
What do you mean? You saw someone coming out of this place?
They weren't coming out. You see, it's a long story, and I could probably tell it better if you take your sword off my neck. You don't have to lower it, but just let me put my hands down and we can have a conversation.
Before Torin takes the sword down, why don't we move to take any weapons he might have, maybe bind his hands?
Wait, seriously, is that really necessary?
I don't know who this guy is. We're in the middle of nowhere. What is he even doing here? He rushes in. He could be anybody.
I'd been wandering this godforsaken maze for days. You have no idea. Here, take my things. My dagger, my rapier, even my loot.
Even worse than I thought.
I waited at the steps, hidden around the corner. Doors opened, and some light seeped through. I looked out, and there was this beautiful, young, red-haired lady, probably in her 20s. Stunning, really. I consider myself a southern gentleman, you see. But if someone has the keys to this place, and I'm not really sure they should be considered the most trustworthy. Except you, good sir, considering you saved my life. It's a long story. Is this the best place to hear it? Y'all got a camp or something?
Question. You keep mentioning the door. You mean the door that we just came through?
Yeah.
You were inside, and then the door opened,
Yeah.
and then you saw the red lady on the outside. Okay. How did you get in here?
The last thing I remember was crossing a brook in the middle of the jungle when I suddenly found myself in this oppressive place being chased by lizardmen.
Being chased by lizard men, you say? Not dogmen.
Nope. They were lizardmen. He turns and points to a southerly direction.
I was on a vacation with one of the good merchants of the Catalonian Empire. He had me come out to his villa on one of the islands to the west of the main continent. I went there and we had a good time, probably had a few too many drinks. We went out into the jungle and he showed me where he and his men worked. They pulled this amazingly sweet fruit known as the Catalonian cantaloupe. Apparently the only place you can get it. We were walking through this maze of trees, the jungle, you see, and suddenly we heard a rustle of noise from deeper within the jungle. Wouldn't you know it, the biggest blue lizardman you ever saw carrying this 8-foot-long sword and a bunch of the other green ones behind him. I'm just an entertainer, if you will. I'm not really sure what happened to the merchant, because I turned and hightailed it as fast as I could through the jungle. Looking back, I thought I lost them. A bit later, I came to a spring, tried to wet my whistle. As I reached down to it, it felt like it pulled me in, and before I knew it, I was standing in a cramped hallway of wherever this place is.
Can you bring us back to where you came into this place?
I didn't close any of the doors and to mark my way. I could probably get us back.
Yes, we did the same.
Of course, all experienced adventurers do this. Of course. Gosh, I don't know. If only someone could cast some sort of spell that would make him tell only the truth.
After we sleep, I can do that. I was hoping to bank on your natural intuition.
I've listened to his story. What do I think about his story?
I'll do the same. I'll roll an insight if you'll let me. All right, Caliban and Zolt rolling insight.
This is why I want you guys to do it. If we're doing that, then let's see. With a -4, I would be rolling a 9.
Oh, you totally believe him. Nice. You believe him more than your own life story. Soon to be King Torin. Do we believe this guy?
He looks at you with a blank face and says,
I'll swear that's the God's honest truth.
I believe him.
Yeah. He hasn't really looked bright enough to tell a convincing lie, so.
I'm just an entertainer. And you either go to college or you go on tour.
Torin immediately drops the sword and kind of leans on it almost.
Let's follow this guy. Wait, before you were in the brook, how far away from you were you from like a city, like a population center?
It is a small town, or like a vacation resort, really. I was supposed to go there and play some songs for the wealthy merchant and his dinner guests.
Right. Hold on. Wealthy merchant. What kind of merchant? What does he deal in?
Mainly produce. You see, this island is the only place where these cantaloupes grow.
This resort, a lot of wealthy people there?
There is the one big manor house. I guess it's his vacation home, where he was hosting some of his friends.
Did you meet his wife?
I don't think so. He didn't introduce me to anyone in that way.
How far is it from there, the next kind of major town or civilization?
he reaches to pull out a map.
Roll initiative.
As he's looking at his map, Zoltus leans over and is like, wealthy guy, he's got to have some jewels or diamonds or something, right? And we've got enough money. We should be able to buy it off of him. I mean, you guys have enough money. I don't have any money. Yeah. I mean, this seems like a better option than fighting giants and then wandering through the desert.
We have nothing else really holding us to this land, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Zolt, you were trying to get home to your people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? If we get to wherever this is, It's still in Catal, which is not far from here. I mean, if my if my curse is gone, then I could just fly home. It'll take a while.
Well, I don't know about that, friend. It took quite some time to travel here by ship. It's the furthest most island to the west.
He opens up the map and points to the Anazaran main continent to the east, then points to the city all the way to the westernmost island.
I got dropped off here, which is a bit of a podunk place. Probably got to go 4 or 5 days up this way, and you're going to fly all the way back here? Going to take you quite a while, though.
I guess the only other option is why don't you all stay right here? We're at the top of the stairs, right? Okay.
I'll
So-
open the door.
No. Hold on. According to the curse, what happened to me before, when I got up into the air, I would get locusts all over me.
Yeah.
And then when I landed, they would come off and like eat everything in the area. I'm going to remove my armor because I can't fly with it on. I'm going to cut the ropes binding my wings, and then I'm going to leap off of the stairs and try and glide and fly down to the bottom. So that way, if when I land and locusts come, they'll eat everything around there and not hurt my party.
You see Zolt, who is a bit nervous as he shakes out his wings, then leaps into the air and floats lazily down this descending stairway, his wings spread wide. Landing at the bottom, he turns to look back up toward the rest of the party without issue.
Wow. I fly back up and I meet them in the middle as they're walking down, and I've got a big ear smile on my face.
You can go home.
Wow.
See your people. You have no obligation to stay with us if you don't want. We're talking about your home.
Yeah. He takes off the boots of Elvenkind, which have like 3 claws, openings on the front. And as he removes them, I assume they like reform, and he hands those back to Caliban. He keeps the bow, though. He asks if, does anybody want my breastplate? I can't wear it and fly at the same time.
We'll hold on to it until we see you again.
Okay. He realizes that with everything he's carrying, he can't fly with all his weight. Holy shit. I didn't realize how heavy everything was. Yeah, he just starts taking stuff out of his bag. There's manacles, pythons. He hands a holy potion of healing to Torin. The shovel he hands, just one. He hands a shovel back to Guy and says, use this last time. If you guys need it again, here. What else? Those vials, he hands 2 vials to whoever wants them. Crowbar, he hands, if you guys need a crowbar anyway. Yeah, that's everything. And then he just takes his money pouch and he hands it to Torin, and he says, you've all more than earned this. But yeah, I give you guys 10 pieces of chalk. Oh, the fishing tackle, in case you guys want to go fishing again. I've got candles. I've got so much random shit in my inventory. Bells, pouches, sacks. And I didn't realize how much of a pack rat Zolt was. And wood carver's tools for whoever wants them. All right.
Your encumbrance, you're within 6 pounds of being over encumbered.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
I'm going to walk up to Zolt. Torin puts his hand on his shoulder. We couldn't have done this without you.
And I couldn't have done it without all of you.
I know I promised that I would help to see you home, and I ultimately failed to keep that promise.
No. This is as close as you guys can get. Your journey, and I motion towards Fiddy. Your journey and his life depends on you going elsewhere. This is important.
We'll see each other again.
You guys know where to find me, and I take Silas's map and I mark in the mountains where the village is, exactly where it is. Say, if you're ever in the neighborhood, come say hi.
Silas, who is standing off to the side, rolls up his map, placing it in the case, and slings it back over his shoulder, standing apart from the group during this moment in the final farewell of Zolt, the sailor, Aarakocra.
We're sorry Fiddy is not here.
Just tell him I changed into a fish. and that I was a delicious dinner.
We will. What he would want.
And I think if the jungle, wherever Silas is taking you, doesn't work out, just do the fish idea and put it on the table. Zolt comes over and he shakes Guy's hand and Caliban's hand. And to Caliban, he says, thank you for letting me use the boots, if only for a while.
You're welcome.
Guy, thank you for your food. I've never tasted anything like it, and I will tell tales of it at my village.
I take out one of the trout, the one I filleted, and this will do you good while you're traveling.
And I can eat it in flight. It's amazing. Thank you. And I go over to Fiddy's body and I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, you are the most interesting, weirdest, kind of stupid wizard I've ever met. And I'm really going to miss you. All right, Torin, would you mind walking me up?
Why don't we all stay a little close to me for a minute? Within 30 feet. We can all see you out, so we owe you that much.
I appreciate that. Caliban, meta question. How long does the flame wall last?
Wall of fire is, it's only up to a minute, so it's gone.
Okay. I'm going to have to avoid some rocks.
What's your flying speed? It's like 50. It could turn you into a giant eagle. You could fly at 80.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that until you, that'll give me what, an hour?
How long does polymorph actually last?
1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour.
But I mean, if you need to concentrate on something else, don't worry about it because I can fly with my wings too. So
just to get out of the danger zone here.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That really does make a difference.
Before you get changed, Torin's going to hold out his hand. Beastmaster handshake.
Yep. Soul comes in for it.
May Tempest guide your honor in battle. My last second level spell slot, I'm going to cast Aid.
Oh, wow. So that's an extra 10 HP?
Yes. No, second level. So it's 5.
5, okay.
So your maximum and current hit points are increased by 5 for 8 hours. So I'm going to choose Zolt, Guy, and Caliban.
Soul kind of feels himself bolster a little bit more hardy. Smiles at you. Says, I'm never going to forget this time of my life. And I couldn't have done it without all of you.
Be with your family.
I imagine we're up at the door at this point.
Torin reaches across towards the doors, and once again, his hand lights up, along with the rune on his neck. As a giant eagle, you see 2 hill giants and a stone giant who are holding big boulders. As the door opens wider, they raise the rocks into a throwing position. The eagle takes off from within the doorway, wings beating mightily. The hill giant says something to the stone giant as it releases the boulder it was holding. Its gaze follows Zolt, flying high over their heads, banking back on the wind towards the north as the light of the sun drops below the peaks of the Rake Highlands. Zolt, free of his curse from Nesimantu, makes his way back to his tribe. The party turns and heads back down the steps where you find Silas standing at the bottom. Taking in the group, he says,
It was back this way.
Pointing his thumb over his shoulder.
Oh,
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, no. Like, really dead. You put a thing on my face.
Almost to your Fiddy in my head.
you are.
R.I.P. So we're putting him on the table, right?
Well, no, from now on, this is how we're going to detect traps. We just throw his dead body ahead of us constantly.
I have a little bit of a question for y'all. Does anyone here understand giant?
I do not.
Okay.
Not I.
Now what was aside from your bird friend leaving, why were y'all going back up there? Were you escaping here? I mean, why were you heading up?
See the dead dome sticking out of the bag?
I think we put him in the bag of holding.
Torso was kind of like hanging out the top.
Yeah, you popped my head out.
You said you came from this place before.
Yeah. And that's why I was headed out. There was a woman up there, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure she's dead. So if she was a friend of yours, I'm sorry.
How do you know she's dead?
The giants, they were talking about a missus they had sent them over here, and that there was a pretty lady that they had, I guess, talked to, but then they were discussing how tasty she was. So I imagine that's what they were. I mean, besides the camels, of course.
Eat the camels too?
Yes. Well, some of them. As you saw, one of them was about to be thrown in on its
That's right. There were a bunch of dead camels. That's right.
And how did you survive out there with those giants?
Oh, luckily here with, and he pats the loot on his back. Got a bit of magic of my own that can help me remain undetected. But I was just waiting for a time to sneak on past them. The problem was, they all showed up and created such a ruckus. It was pretty clear, especially with the wall of fire, that I wasn't going to get out that way. So I decided strength in numbers and all that. Well, I'm sorry for your friend. And then he motions to the bag of holding and your friend. There might be a diamond or two at the resort. I guess we can go on back with the rest of you. The lizard men shouldn't be such a problem.
So how many lizard men are we talking?
Oh, say less than 50. But that was in the jungle. I don't know how many followed me in here. I didn't see any, but I was making my way as quick as I could. This is a tad dangerous in here, so I was trying to find an exit, and then I found these here stairs. With all of you, and then he looks at Torin, and especially you, we should be all right.
Well then, after you, friend.
Oh, well, I mean, my mockings were pretty obvious, but if you're still untrustworthy, that's fine. And he very slowly just is like creeping up to corners and like looking around them, but making his way south.
Approaching the room, you find two broad steps that lead up into this chamber, which widens at the western end. Archways show exits on the north, west, and south sides. In the room, you see a few places marked where stone pillars reach from floor to ceiling. Arrows drawn in chalk point to each of the exits, with writing scrawled on the walls and crossed out many times. On the wall, near the arrow pointing toward the eastern passage, contains writing that is still legible in broken common, and it reads, "This the only safe direction." Beneath it is another phrase that reads, "Tell that to Grimjaw, who was killed in that hallway." The obvious markings lead south. You may choose your path.
Let's just go north and explore the rest of this dungeon for a while.
I hate to disagree. Yes, I don't feel like dying today. And as he's walking, he holds his hand out and casts minor illusion to show the party what the lizard men look like. I don't know if you want to describe that, Rick.
The lizard men your new companions are familiar with were wearing armor from days past. This image portrays an immense serpent-like creature. Its lower half and head is that of a cobra-like snake. The torso mimics a huge and muscular man. Its body was the color of a cloudless sky.
Now, which way from here?
As you make your way through this area of Fireforge, the walls are darker as the lamps have burnt out and there is more dust on the floors. With the exception of a single set of footprints heading in the opposite direction of your current travel, it appears this area has not been traversed in some time.
Well, so far so good. No lizard men. Just hold a second. And he tries to stealthily open the door. 17. Oh, yes. Forgive the moving doors. Watch ahead.
Can you do the same with the woman you saw leave?
Oh, yes. Yes. And then he casts minor illusion again, and he shows Aaliyah. Yeah, he doesn't know her name, but he shows Aaliyah to you guys. Just a static image.
Open the door and exited with, right? That's what I'm assuming happened?
Yes, yes. But they were speaking of a missus, and I don't know enough about giants to tell you, but I'm fairly certain none of them were women. So I don't know the missus they were speaking of. And he tries to stealthily open this door. I open the door as stealth as possible.
You open this door and distinctly remember this room when you first came through. A purple glow lights the huge chamber stretching before you. Golden light occasionally flickers in the room at different points, appearing at random on some of the 26 undamaged thrones that line the eastern and western walls. Where one throne had obviously stood, a large pile of rubble occupies the space. In the room, a voice echoes all around. Doom, doom, take us all.
It may just be me, but because of the voice, I decided not to sit in any of the thrones or disturb them in a way. I would suggest the same, because this just seemed like a mighty dangerous place, but that's up to y'all. Do I remember any type of traps in here from when I came through here before?
When you came through here the first time, you weren't really checking for traps. There weren't any sudden jump scares either.
I'm just going to make my way south.
Not moving for a moment, just looking at one of the thrones.
You notice that these thrones all have different hues, but you're unsure of what that might represent.
Someone should probably grab him. What was his name again? Torn? He probably shouldn't hang out here. We need to continue south. Okay, it feels presumptuous of me, but Silas walks up and taps Torn on the shoulder. We should keep moving.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Lead on.
Yes, of course.
As you step into the room to the south, you see the statue of a large spider looming over an altar. Around the altar is a still and macabre scene. One statue is of an elven woman holding a dagger over another statue that is prone upon the altar. Two other statues of elven warriors flank the altar on each side.
Silas whispers, yeah, so I'm just going to hug the wall. I suggest everybody does the same, because that does not look safe.
I look at that. Do I recognize it?
Up close or from afar?
Do from a distance.
You're going to have to forgive me.
I'm like, oh, I haven't fed Torrent since we resurrected it.
As you look at the scene, there is a violent radiance emanating from the eyes of the spider that illuminates this chamber. The statues all appear to be carved from stone, while the altar appears to be stained red. The prone figure seems to be a male who is bound by chains at his ankles and wrists that also connect to the spider's legs. The entire scene is still and unmoving.
I would like to stealthily open this door. Ooh, natural 20 for a 26. Took a bit of trial and error, but eventually found the way to where I found y'all. This place is terrifying. What is the name of this place exactly?
Firefort.
Oh, that was wonderful. It sounded like stereo coming from each side like that. Have either of you ever thought about coming and somebody on a stage? You actually both have pretty good voices.
Stages. I don't do singing.
I don't do a lot of talking.
He looks at the chef's knife that you have on your belt and he goes, nah, I imagine you communicate in another way.
And just a heads up, as I do talk to Silas.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you can't sit with us.
I would like to open this door, please.
Thank you.
Please roll a D100 for me.
Oh, fun.
Always makes me so anxious when you ask for those.
99. I take 99 points of damage.
New character. Have fun knowing what that'd be if your character dies. So
Oh,
You just see him turn in, do a Thanos,
yeah.
turns to dust.
you just hear another someone pounding on a door. You open it and it's Tylus.
Oh, look at that. Zolt actually decided to come back.
As you open the door, there is a 20-foot-tall statue, which stands on a 7-foot-tall pedestal in the middle of the room and made of some dark red stone representing a muscular male. His arms point in opposite directions, north and south. Many of its fingers seem to be missing. The ceiling is approximately 60 feet up.
Any religious significance that I would recognize?
Give me a religion check.
May I do so as well? I've got proficiency. 17.
The statue doesn't appear to be a deity, nor does there appear to be any symbols upon it.
Silas puts his hand on the wall here. Fairly certain I came through this way.
As you push on the wall, it slides in before sliding to the right.
statue was here when you came through?
Yes. It doesn't look religious in nature, but it is something special. I mean, no one makes a 25-foot statue for no reason, you know? Strange. Don't know why he's missing fingers.
Another mystery of the world.
As you move into this area, there are more piles of gray dust lying on the floor here.
Yeah, Silas motions toward it and says, I saw this on the way out. This is strange. You know, you can tell no one's been this way in quite a while, but I don't understand why they'd be piled like this.
It's just a dog pile. Don't worry about it.
Silas kind of shakes his head like, okay, I guess it's an inside joke or something.
Yeah, the rest of the party giggles. Luke just looks at us.
I'd like to stealthily open this door, please. A 9.
As you open the door, 4 lizardmen turn their heads in your direction. Let's roll some initiative.
Just as we roll initiative, Silas goes, shit.
Yeah, you got cocky on the last door. You know, you opened it so quietly, so you're just like, I got this.
I'm the idiot opened the door.
I was talking with them, so. Oh, we totally should have, like, if we find some chain, we should totally chain together 2 of those fish, so we can have fish trouble.
Oh my goodness.
And Guy and Caliban, don't forget you guys have aid still. Your hit point should be increased by 5.
Max, right?
Yeah. For probably the next, how long would you say it's been since we left Zolt, Rick?
1 hour.
So for another 7 hours, you guys, your maximum hit points are increased by 5.
Not you, new guy.
You don't have to tell me.
You're not sitting with the cool kids yet.
That is
Look,
like
I gave your other character 5 hit points, all right? He was flying off with the giants, so.
appreciated.
Okay, well, peering through the door, drop a fireball right there.
You see Caliban move between Silas and Torin. He extends his finger and a red bead of light streaks into the room as the serpent people pull their swords. A large explosion reverberates in the chamber. That's 25 damage, which kills this one, and the other takes 12.
Okay, get your natural 20s out now.
Then it will move back around the corner there.
Do these lizard men look somewhat familiar?
They look quite familiar.
Bonus action, I'm going to give the command word to my sword.
Your sword bursts into flame, and bright light illuminates for 40 feet, and dim light for another 40 feet.
All right, and I'm going to take a 2-handed strike toward them.
A 15 misses as your sword bounces off the ancient breastplate they wear.
Yeah, second attack. 16 then.
A 16 also bounces off their breastplate.
I use all my 50 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I move there. That includes me going around since I can't move beyond the corner. Okay, first attack. When you hit, then you hear him say, stunning strike.
The creature fails his con save and is now stunned. He also takes 12 points of piercing damage.
Second attack.
Nice.
So yes or no, you want me knock him prone?
Sure.
I'll use my second attack to shove him prone. And then bonus action, I'll stomp on him. Bonus action. Push for the crit. So 26 to hit for 11.
As you knock the beast back, you reach down behind its right leg while pushing the left side of its torso, causing it to fall. As it lands prone, you perform a side kick to the throat. It starts choking momentarily before going still.
Silas moves up. He sees a lizard man on each side, and he goes to take an attack at each. That's a 21 to hit on the one on the right. Only 1 point of damage. And then one on the left.
Well, how does your Eldritch Blast look like?
It's got a
It's part of the attack. It's part of the cantrip.
Eldritch Blast. It's a bit of a like a red color. It's kind of like
Is it finger gun?
blood.
Is it?
Oh, that's an interesting point. He kind of puts his hand out like he's belting a note, and it just kind of comes from his hand like he's delivering a song, you know. And then that one's another 21. This one's for 6 damage, or the one on the right. I mean the left. The left. He did one each.
In another universe, Jackdaw's ears are burning.
That's why it wasn't finger guns. And then he passes by Thor and he says, "You know what, bud? I saw you miss there, but I know you can do better," and gives him a D8 of inspiration. And he comes back in the hallway and he looks over at Caliban and he's like, "We got this. There's only 2 more against the wall on the other side of your friend Torn." Oh, shit.
He will go primal on this guy.
A 16 unfortunately misses.
Oh, you mean I didn't get that 2 points of acid damage?
Oh, Snake Eye.
Wow, it's a 2d10. I didn't know that.
And that is apparently my turn.
Seeing Caliban as the bigger threat, with his razor-sharp claws extended, it will make 2 scimitar attacks. It's an 18 to hit for 3, and a 20 to hit for 4. The next lizardman will move over next to Torin and make 2 scimitar attacks. That's a 20 to hit and a 21 to hit for 6 and 6. 12 total.
I move up here, pissed that this guy didn't take me as a threat, and inspired or by rage by Silas's words about me missing. I am going to take the flaming sword and slam it into the ground and channel divinity. Because I haven't been able to use it in a while. I want to see if it works on these guys. Conquering presence.
So that's a wisdom saving throw against being frightened.
Yes. DC 14.
That's a 17 and a 10.
So one of them fails and is frightened of me. And he is in my aura of conquest. So all frightened creatures within 10 feet have their speed reduced to 4 and take 4 psychic damage if starting their turn in the area. No, their speed is reduced to 0.
Oh, okay.
And they take 4 psychic damage if they start to turn in my aura.
All right, 30 feet. And then I hop over there and then I attack.
Oh, shit. Needs little 30.
Wow. You punch through the breastplate and his chest cavity beneath.
That was max damage. Like literally max.
Ah, that's pretty good.
That's basic.
Looking through the hole in his chest, you give Torin a wry smile. You have a second attack.
15 feet for 7 piercing. And then bonus action on arm strike. Oh, that's a miss. And take a step back or take 2 steps back. That ends my turn.
You hear reptilian toes click across tile, and another lizard man will cast a spell, Spike Growth. Then they will move back around the corner, and that's its turn.
Well, shit. Did I notice him come around the corner?
You noticed as it came around the corner, and moving intricately, drawing sigils in the air.
Some freaky lizard spellcaster cast a spell over here, but I don't feel any different. I don't know. Yeah, to the south down here. And then he takes a step around the corner.
As you move, you take 6 piercing damage, and the floor is difficult to continue moving across.
Holy shit. There's something on the ground here. And then you see he tries to step out this way. Oh, for fuck's sake. So that was 10 to get there, and then just 5 more to get out. 25. Oh, careful in the hallway, y'all. There's I don't know. I can't even see it, but there's fucking thorns or something on the ground. It's stone. That doesn't make any sense, but I heard like shit. And
Language.
oh, pardon me.
We just ate you, and this is the language you use.
You know what? I apologize. This is
Apologize.
I do see that one of you is a man of faith. I should have been more considerate. Let me make it up to you by Eldritch Blast.
Torrance looked around like, who's the man of faith?
Which one of us is he talking about?
Dirty 20 for 2 points of damage. Again, don't go south because of the freaking thorns. That's Alice's turn.
Was it another lizard?
Yeah, it is. Cast a spell, and that's why the ground hurts like shoot. Hurts like shoot.
I will slash at the guy ahead of me again.
Eleren,
Heck, that ought to do it.
You see Caliban strike forth with his extended claws, dripping acid, striking right to left and back again. 4 separate pieces of this foe thud to the ground.
the wild thing, Richard, is that Randy rolled really low on his first 2 dice. Like, it's a possible 40 points of damage on a crit.
That's true.
That's so good. That's effing terrifying. Holy crap.
Yes, that ends my turn.
Are we fighting or are we leaving?
I mean, they're a spellcaster, so they're gonna probably be able to follow us. I don't know, but they fouled up the hallway. So if we just continue north, and then I know I can attack from a distance, maybe I could just cover our retreat.
Okay. I'm still not feeling myself. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'm going to walk up and close the door. What kind of like handles are on the door? Is there something I can put something through and try to like block it, or?
There's nothing to lock or lever against it.
And I will hold my attack if anything comes within range. And they'll say, after you, friend. And I'll point to the way that Silas said he came from. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50.
Yeah, he's only got 50 feet of movement, so.
Yeah. He's like, all right, we're going. So he's going to move up.
Yeah, we're heading north. And I'm going to be looking behind, ready to Eldritch Blast anybody. All right, let's head north. I'm glad to see that my initial estimation of y'all was correct. Y'all can definitely take care of yourselves. And I will like to open this door with a bit more stealth than I did the last one. I do even worse than last time.
He opens the door but suddenly sneezes at the dust.
Even though it did jack all, just seeing the fear on that one lizard guy's face makes Torn feel a little better.
As you move further into the room, you see 2 lizardfolk, 2 albino dogman warriors, and a lizardman priest, lying in the center of this room, dead. The room is filled with smashed pottery and other detritus. The shards appear to have been destroyed long ago. The battle appears to only be a few days old. Steps to the south lead to another hallway.
You mind if we just keep on heading back towards the portal? I know your friend's got a bit of a time limit, right?
There's nothing left for us in this place.
Kind of wipes his nose, and there's a 22 stealth with this door.
By the end of this campaign, we're all just going to be southern. It's all your fault, Silas.
I am not sorry. He says go up or down.
There's so many places we could explore in this place.
Opening the door with an 18 stealth.
You feel like you're getting close to where you first came into this ruin.
Here we are, gentlemen. Thank you for your patience.
As you came through here last time, you don't recall the ankle-deep, murky water, nor the vines and creepers that now cling densely to the walls. An occasional frog or newt jump from vine to vine, and from ground to the trees, hopping in the muck. Give me your perception check.
7. I don't know anything in particular about this. I definitely don't see anything worth seeing, but I can tell you for sure this was not here when I was here last, so I'm a bit confused, gentlemen, but keep an eye out.
Where you originally came from.
It was swampy, yes. It was a jungle.
Other than the lizard men that you were running from, were there any other dangers?
You know, I must admit I was doing that job and working for the lizardmen. I imagine the jungle's got your normal variety of predators. If there are lizardmen, there's got to be more types of reptiles for sure. I just didn't run into any before I went through the portal. Here we go. We are close, though. That's why this growth is confusing, but it's definitely near here.
Thorn looks towards Caliban and Guy, says, I think this is it. Once we leave here, we might never come back, or we're certain this is the best decision.
The only decision. And we can always come back. We know where it is.
Yeah, Fiddle, I saw that glowing tattoo on the back of your head. I'm pretty sure you got a key for in here whenever you want.
True, and you said that cable, that woman was hundreds of years old when she was resurrected, so I suppose we can always bring Biddy's bones here.
Silas's eyes just raise pretty high at that statement. His eyebrows.
It's a long story.
I imagine so.
As you make it to the end of this hallway, the next room smells just like the jungle and swamp you were running through. Brackish water fills part of this room to the south, and a thin layer of scum cakes the tiles. Thick mud and smashed stones and vines cover the only path visible leading to the east. A thick canopy of moss-laden branches and thick undergrowth depict the merging of the Fireforge halls and a swampy jungle.
How long since I'd come through the portal?
A few days, maybe a week.
Right, yep. Took me a while exploring to find the entrance where I found the party. Yeah, I gotta tell you, gentlemen, this is interesting. Let's hurry on.
You'd be surprised at all the interesting places in this place.
I can imagine.
Speaking of surprised,
Initiative. Bam, they're so quick. The body of a cute little is it gnome or halfling?
Gnome.
A little gnome with his head sticking out of a bag. I mean, that's how I keep all my gnomes, head in a bag and all that. I believe it's flat pack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cheapest way anyway.
let's roll initiative. Guy is first, but he is surprised as a giant crocodile emerges from the water to the south. Caliban, you too are surprised. Both of you get your reactions at the end of your turn. It is now the giant croc's turn. It will swim up and make a bite attack against Torin. That is a 25 for 21 piercing, and you are grappled. It will swing its tail attack at Guy. That's a natural 20.
Ouch indeed.
Guy takes 30 points of bludgeoning damage and I need a DC 16 strength save. That's a fail and Guy is knocked prone. Silas and Torin, you are also surprised. You get your reactions back. 20 to hit for 11 piercing.
And then I'll go ahead and do another key point for stunning strike.
Natural 1. It is stunned.
Oh, shit. And then a bonus action 19 to hit for 11 piercing. And then that bonus action unarmed strike 23 to hit for 8 bludgeoning. That ends my turn.
Hey, Caliban will move 1, 2. As he passes Torin, will cast Cure Wounds, 3rd level.
Hell yeah.
I am not carrying your heavy butt again. Do not die.
Take you, Caliban.
3, 4. End my turn.
The crocodile is stunned, but as you move close to the water, Caliban, another large mouth reaches out of the water, trying to bite you. 17 misses, but that's a 19 from its tail, or 14 bludgeoning, and I need a DC 16 strength save. Failure, and you're knocked prone.
Seeing that the one in front of him is stunned, says, "Oh, that's interesting," and cast Ray of Enfeeblement. Do I get advantage on that?
If it's a spell attack, yes.
Yes, sir. That's a 20 to hit. I do believe it's a Constitution saving throw.
The croc rolls a 20.
Oh, that's at the end of its next turn. Forgive me. But I guess it'll only go until at the end of its turn. So I guess it'll only count until the end of its turn. But until then, does only half damage with its strength-based attacks. And then he sees Torin up in the mouth and he says, you got this, Torin. Get on out of that mouth. And you get a D8 of inspiration.
How's the crocodile whose mouth I'm in looking? Can I tell?
The crocodile is pretty big.
Another question. I technically never said I was dismissing the flame from the sword.
It stays on until you dismiss it or drop it.
I am going to attack this guy. That's 18. Ooh, nice. 16 fire damage. Second attack.
Very nice.
Or make sure I didn't roll any. And I can reset. I can re-roll 2d6 or 1d6. What is that? So yeah, so another 17 damaged.
Oh, 16 and 17.
Very nice.
That's my turn.
All right, I'll go ahead and attack. 25 to hit or 12 piercing. And I'll attack again. 29 to hit.
The beast drops dead in the water, releasing Torin.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And still have my bonus action. I will go ahead and do a flurry of blows. First attack, first attack, 28 to hit or 7 bludgeoning. And then second attack, 23 to hit or 9. 16 total. Bonus action, movement. I'm done.
Okay, I will stand up. And then I will cast Thunderwave on the croc.
That's a DC 17 con save, and the croc rolls a 19.
He still takes half damage.
That's 10 thunder damage.
I suppose I will stay there.
The croc will attack Caliban with its bite for a 17 that misses, and its tail once again.
So close on those bites.
Amazing. I'm glad we have a druid as a tank. Silas is gonna Eldritch Blast and miss. Unfortunately, because that was a good amount of damage. Wow. I don't know what to do here, gentlemen. You know what? You're the ugliest crocodile I ever seen. And he gets a unsettling words. And now he's got a negative bardic inspiration. So on his next attack, it's a negative D8. Oh, actually, it's the next time you do a D20 roll. So whatever that is.
I thought Unsettling Words was it affects his saving throws.
Is it just saving throws?
I think it's just saving throws.
You are totally right. Just saving throws.
Yeah, because it's like the opposite of Cutting Words, which does almost everything else except the saving throws.
Okay, so maybe when guy does a stunning strike, it'll come into play.
All right, could be useful for what I'm about to do.
All right, that's my turn. Let me hit the button.
I'm going to walk up and hold up the flaming sword. You hear Torin say, Berakelo Melek, and I'm going to cast Wrathful Smite at first level, and then I take a swing, and I'm going to use my.
Oh yeah.
You know what? What is that? A 9? No, I'm going to take another swing. You know what? I have inspiration from the DM as well. I'm going to use that. That's 15. And I'm also going to burn my last spell slot for a Divine Smite as well. 2d8. So that's plus another d6 for the Wrathful Smite. So 26 points of damage. And he also needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Minus the d8. Minus the d8. Come on. Big number.
Oh no. Freaking wise crocodiles.
So he's not frightened of me, unfortunately, which would have reduced his speed to 0. So that was my first strike. Second strike is not going to hit, probably for 13.
So then do you have the other? Yeah, you have the other inspiration.
Oh, I have the Bardic Inspiration. So
Oh yeah.
for another 19 points of damage. Torn is not satisfied though, because he doesn't see the fear in the crocodile's eyes. That's my turn. I'm tapped out after that one. I literally used everything I could.
I need Caliban, Guy, and Torin to make a DC 13 Dex save.
Yo, what the hell is that?
You guys get a +3.
Hell yeah.
Dex save.
Saves.
-4, so that's 3.
You see a red-scaled dragonborn enter from the other room, rushing towards you. It stops just beyond your reach, inhales deeply, and breathes a cone of flame out towards you for 9 fire damage for those of you who failed, and 4 if you were successful.
I'll take it. That's fine with me.
Evasive, so I take arrow.
I feel like that would hit the crocodile.
Oh, wait a second. This is fire damage? As a reaction, I'm going to use the last spell stored in my ring of spell storing, which happens to be absorb elements. So I should be able to take half of the half.
You apply that, huh, Caliban?
As he breathes out and you guys dodge, moving out of the way, he narrows his eyes, raises his hand quickly to the sky, then flips his greatsword in one hand.
Oh, shit.
He will attack Caliban twice with advantage. That's a 21 for 11 slashing and 14, which misses.
Damn.
Then he will move back into the other room.
Obviously, I see that happen, and I see the guy run away. You want me to go after him, Caliban?
No, take care of the croc.
All right. I shall. Got it. I'll attack the croc. 25 to hit.
Jesus.
Cold piercing.
22.
Or 9 piercing.
This croc also falls back into the water, a floating carcass.
If we have time later, I think they may be good eats.
Yeah, Mike, I can croc steaks.
And also, maybe if anybody needs a pair of luggage.
Boots.
And
As you move into the hidden lizardfolk's space, you see 2 camouflaged lizard men leap forward, make a scimitar attack. 11 misses and 14 misses.
moving till I get there. Actually, till I get there. So I guess for bonus action, I'll do unarmed strike. For 7 bludgeoning, and then I'll say cunning strike.
A 10.
Fails.
Hell yeah.
It's stunned.
And that's my turn. I already gave it.
I will move 3. Do I see here?
As you move into its space, it's going to strike out.
That was the thing I was looking for.
That's a 20 to hit for 6 piercing.
I will use primal savagery on him. Okay. His reactions use let's see, I moved 1, 2, 3. I continue to move 4, 5, 6. And that will be my turn.
All right. Silas moves 30 feet. And at that point, I believe I can see all 3 of those gentlemen. And Torin, you see, because you're nearby, Silas starts kind of humming to himself a little bit, and his hands move. And I cast Bane on all 3 individuals. Charisma. Dragonborn Captain saves. And they both fail. It's a 16. So they have D4s to their attack rolls or saving throws. That's it. There's 3 more in there, Thorin. Oh, 4. Shit. 3 that I can see.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll attack this guy. Jeez, I'm rolling terribly. 13. And I'll just grit my teeth as I'm barely holding on to the flaming longsword and my weakened arms.
2 scimitar attacks against Torin. 23 and 19 for 10 piercing total. 2 more attacks. A 22 and a 20 for 8 more.
How's Torin looking over there?
Pretty bloodied. Looks like he's lost almost 3/4 of his blood. I haven't been at full this whole time.
He's gonna shoot you with mine bullets.
A lady serpent slithers out from the southern passage. Silas, you understand her, as she says in Draconic.
What's all the ruckus out here? Oh, I think I recognize you. Caliban. Eat this.
Shit.
I need a DC 16 con save. You take 35 necrotic as the water is sucked from your water genasi form.
Okay, that really hurt.
She'll then move.
I will go ahead and attack 29 to hit for hand piercing. And for the hell of it, we'll say stunning strike.
That's a 20.
I'll give him that one. Second attack.
25 hits for 8.
Bonus action, I'll just do another unarmed strike. 23 to hit for 6 bludgeoning. That ends my turn.
I will reach into my bag, grab my potion of greater healing, and drink it as an action. And then I think I will take the opportunity for the moment to move away from this guy. 3. And that will be my turn.
Silas takes a step down and notices that the room is definitely more full than he thought it was. And he's gonna cast... Well, there's a chance this won't work, but he's gonna try it anyway. I need a con save from the dragonborn captain. That man is blind. And he says, "Good luck, gentlemen. I'm gonna be in the other room. I will provide support, but you guys got this." And he takes a step back.
As an action, I am also going to drink a healing potion. Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions, so that's my turn.
This one will move forward and attack Torin twice. Natural 20 for 9 point. And a 16 that misses. 2 more attacks. A 9 which misses, and a 23 for 3 damage. This other one will move forward and attack Silas twice. That's a 9 and a natural 1. Both miss.
Oh, good try though.
Rick's rolling good tonight.
You want to know why he's rolling so well? It's because I'm back alive.
The Dragonborn captain's turn. He is still blind, which means he can't cast some of his spells, though he will use his bonus action to gain advantage on any attack, which will make it a regular roll, and he will turn towards Guy and attack. First attack is an 18.
Misses.
Second attack is a natural 1.
So at the end of your turn, you get that con save again. Meets it.
Oh.
Dang it. So he's no longer blind.
That ends the Dragonborn captain's turn, and now it is the priestess's turn.
You know these guys?
Don't look too familiar.
The priestess says,
Nuisance, waterman.
I need a DC 16 con save from Caliban.
Damn.
A 21 is a success. That is 40 necrotic damage reduced to 20 as she casts the same spell. That ends her turn.
Oh, okay. He can see. I guess I will attack. 22 to hit, and I will go ahead and do another strike.
That's a 17 con save.
Okay. Second attack. 21 to hit. I'll do it again. Stunning strike.
This one is a 13. The creature is stunned.
And then I believe that was my because the first one failed. And then bonus action, unarmed strike. 1 and 9 crit or quell. Unarmed strike. I imagine would look like a kind of like a roundhouse that and he hits the wall. A roundhouse kick, that is. And then bonus action movement, and I will stay right here.
I will turn into a dire wolf then. A dire wolf is a large beast. And then I will move there. And that will be my turn.
Silas will look at the lizard in front of him and say, excuse me, I actually gotta get close to my friends. Pardon me. 15, he will take the attack of opportunity.
That's a 21 to hit.
He doesn't even turn around. He just notices that he feels the attack coming from behind him, and he puts a hand up, and there's a bit of magical, like almost sonic energy that creates a bubble around him as he casts shield with the reaction. Does not get hit. He's torn. Torn's in pain, so he says, I got you, buddy. Hold on. He hums to himself and casts Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
We'll take that healing.
20 points of healing, my friend.
I'm liking you better already.
And then he turns around and faces the gentleman behind him and he says, you better not have hit my loot, you ugly lizard.
Yellow-bellied lizard.
I call them Samsonites.
Will not go down again. And I pull out a potion and drink it.
You drink the special potion, and it is a +1 to AC.
I have no bonus action right now.
A new player enters the arena as a giant wolf appears. It will move next to Wolf Caliban and attack twice. That's an 11 and 21 for 3. This creature will move next to Torin and take 2 attacks at advantage. That is a 21 and 19. Minus D4s, that's 18 and 18. 6 damage.
Yeah, so 6.
Works out.
Cool.
This creature will move up next to Silas and take 2 attacks, trying to hit your loot. That is a 15 and a 7.
Miss and miss.
The Serpent Priestess will burn a channel divinity, and a dark purple cloud starts hovering around Torin's head. Then she will move back.
I guess I will keep attacking. 19 to hit, or 10 piercing, and your guy against a stunning strike.
This man is never moving.
That's an 11, and they are stunned.
Second attack, 27 to hit, or 9 piercing, and then unarmed strike, or his bonus action.
A 17 misses.
That ends my turn.
The wolf will attempt to attack the guy in front of him. And let me see what's going on here. He will just stay put for the time being.
Silas looks at the big dire wolf to the north and says, that's a little disconcerting. Good thing I saw him do that.
Sorry, I forgot. The guy has to make a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Damn.
That's a natural 20, and it is able to keep its feet.
Silas looks around, realizes he's surrounded, and casts mirror image on himself. And with his bonus action, he looks down. Oh, you know what? I think she's too far away.
I'll attack the one in between me and my giant wolf friend for 18 slashing.
The creature drops dead.
I'll move here and attack.
Ooh.
Yep. The captain.
Yeah. Smart.
16.
A 16 misses.
Yep.
Oh, -4.
Yeah, -4. It's killing me right now. Yeah, I'll move here. That's my turn.
The one at the top will move in and take an attack at Torin with advantage. That is a 15, which misses, and
21 hits.
As the sword descends towards you, Torin, it increases in speed, and you take 8 instead of 4. This one here with Bane will attack you at advantage, and they both miss. The priestess casts a spell, and I need Guy and Caliban to give me a DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
+3.
And as she steps into this area, it looks like she swims into a vertical plane of water.
I will attack. Stunning strike.
Still stunned.
As you strike this creature with your blow, their eyes close and they fall backwards towards the ground. Upon impact, you see their eyes flash open again.
if that's the case, I will attack. Since he's stunned anyways until the end of my next turn, I will attack this guy. This is my second attack, if I recall, 24 to hit or 11 pitching. And then bonus action, unarmed strike. Hold on, I want to see if it re-rolled my...
I did.
Whoa, I rolled 1 twice? 1 and a 2, gotcha. So it's 11. So it did re-roll for me. All right. That's my turn.
I will move down here and attack that guy. And I have pack tactics.
I'll fire to your attack.
Those both miss as you fail to bite through its armor.
Okay. That ends my turn then.
Silas looks to Thorn and says, "Man, you sure do take a beating, don't you?" And casts healing or cure wounds at 3rd level.
That's my job. I will take it.
And then gets on the other side of this one and says, "Why don't we handle this one? If you feel like it, I can help on this side." And that's his turn. Does the one next to me look bloodied? Like out of the two?
I don't think we've hit that one at all.
Oh, okay, so then you might want to focus on the one to the south. Just run off the boards.
I'm going to take the attack of opportunity. First attack on this guy for 14 slashing and 4 fire.
The creature drops unmoving.
And then I will move up here.
No, you might want to take out the stunned one that didn't die, even though he should have died.
I think those 2 down there handle him.
Oh, that's a good point. He's stunned until after guy's turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Which means he can't even get up.
Because that means he won't be stunned on my turn, though, so...
Or he'll be prone still. So yeah, I'll move up here because this guy hasn't been touched yet. And I'll take my second attack.
That misses.
Jesus.
And that's what happens when you come back from the dead.
Yep. It's my turn.
As a bonus action, this creature will clench its cheeks and release poison gas.
Phrasing.
And that is not what I thought of her.
I need a DC 14 con save from Silas and Torin.
All right, you got a +6. I mean +3.
Got a bad feeling. Oh, so that's a 16?
I got a 15.
Both of you are successful in your save.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Torn.
You should call him. Feel free to call him Ford.
It will proceed to attack you, Torin.
How much he's getting hit?
Big armor guy with flaming sword.
Stunned and prone.
But could still do something.
He farts in your general direction.
He can't take actions or reaction.
I feel like that's a free action, farting. But actually, he'd be unclenching, right? That's pretty amazing.
And then go ahead and I will attack. 26 to hit.
This fool's got so much health.
For 8 piercing.
The Dragonborn's eyes go dark.
Oh, thank goodness.
That was my first attack, right? Yes. I will go here. And for my second attack, I'll grapple this guy.
That's a contested strength versus athletics or acrobatics. Succeeds against you.
Awesome. I suck.
Dang.
And then for bonus action,
You could get out of the way.
yeah, I was going to go over here. And then for bonus action, I'll do Narc.
Why, hello there, guy.
I just saw Fiddy's body in the corner.
Hopefully there's not another crocodile eating his dead body.
18 to hit or 10 bludgeoning. And that ends my turn.
The wolf will move to attack.
A 12 misses.
And as a free action, he raises his leg and now sprays a bit towards the...
It is Torrent.
Kick territory.
As soon as the other gentleman fell, that was baned, Silas dropped concentration, so I'm going to remove that status real quick. And then he's going to take a step back, aware that he is going to get an attack of opportunity. Misses. And then he takes 2 Eldritch Blasts. Eldritch Blast. For 9. A5 for 9. And then the second one. Eldritch Blast. And this one also hits
The creature drops to the ground unmoving. That's everybody, and we'll drop out of initiative.
Where'd the snake lady that hated Caliban, where'd that one go?
The wolf will bark.
What was that?
Sort of point over in the corner.
Oh, I think Lassie found something, everybody. Let's go. Let's follow.
Like Caliban? But he's stuck in this well over here?
As Silas is walking around like these sludgy areas, you see that he takes a moment here and there to cast prestidigitation on himself and removing the muck from his boots. Oh, yes, I do love the jungle.
Caliban, as you get closer, it looks like a vertical plane of water where it goes from brownish to green.
Like the entire hallway's full of water?
Correct.
Yes, this is where I came through, gentlemen. You may want to get all of your belongings and make sure it's all strapped to you, because we're going to be swimming for a bit.
I'm going to walk back to one of the crocodiles real quick and just chop off its tail.
That's a good idea. We should probably get some food, right? You said something about steaks?
Delicacy, I hear.
Very nice.
You mind doing some filleting for me, Torn?
Sure, and I'll just start like hacking the tail into like chunks.
So we have fish, we have trout, we have moose, and alligator, making jambalaya later.
Anybody need healing before we move on? That lady went into could be waiting for us on the other side of the portal.
I think I'm good for now. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Oh, yes, of course. Thorn, you need a little bit more.
I will drop out of wild shape.
Check him first, then I'll point the sword towards Caliban.
I am really, really, really hurt.
All right, let me get you. I got a couple of slots. I'm not sure what slots are, but I know I have a few of them left.
Yeah, literally, like when I did that absorb elements that saved me from taking 2 hit points of damage. Those blades both brought me to within 2 hit points of die.
Jeez.
You need a potion, Caliban?
Yeah, right now I am at 2.
There you go. You got 23.
I am suggesting retreat, hack along that path, and rest. This place ain't going anywhere.
Okay. In the back of my mind, do I remember any like rooms that I took a peek in that might be safe for us to rest in near here? Because I imagine over the couple of days, I definitely didn't go too far off the path, but I definitely took a look in a lot of the rooms looking for a path out.
Give me an investigation check with advantage.
Not too good. A 13.
You recall this room down here. You had opened the door and poked your head and looked around, and it appeared relatively quiet to you.
Either there was a room with a pool of water. It didn't look like there's anything in there. We should probably check it, clear it out, and then I think we might be safe in there if we put a watch up.